brainwash yourself for health, wealth, and abundance. Because you've already been brainwashed. Not by some conspiracy or some shadow government or the Matrix, by your environment, your parents, your school, your phone, your habits. Every day since you were born, your brain's been absorbing instructions about what's possible for you, how to act, how much money you can earn, what kind of body you can or should have, what kind of love you deserve to feel. You've been programmed. The good things about you've been programmed and the bad things have as well. And most of that programming that you've got is garbage. So if you're struggling to build wealth, discipline, peace, happy life, self-love, it's not because you're broken or it's not because it's because you're running on somebody else's software. But the good news is you can rewrite it. You can brainwash yourself, but on purpose this time. Because when you do, life starts to shift. Money starts to flow infinitely easier. Your energy increases. Your confidence becomes unshakable. You stop forcing and you start attracting. That's what we're going to be diving into in this video today. So stay tuned, because the secret to wealth, health, and abundance isn't by doing more. It's about becoming more, by reprogramming the most powerful computer in existence. And that's your mind. And once you come to the terms with you're already brainwashed and it's just been in the wrong direction, you can start to consciously take it in the right direction. So let's start with the uncomfortable truth. You didn't choose most of your beliefs. When you were a kid, your brain was wide open. Theta brainwaves, the same state used in hypnosis. Every single thing you heard, you saw, and you felt became hard-coded into your subconscious mind. So if you want money, you work hard. That's a common belief. People will like us if we get rich, or people won't like us if we get rich. Life's not fair. Oh, learn to play it safe. That became your operating system. And now you're 30, 40, 50, still sat there wondering why you can't get a breakthrough, even though you're a lovely guy, because you're fighting against reality and against your own programming, because the subconscious mind runs 95% of your thoughts, your habits, your emotions, and your behaviors. That means you're living mostly on autopilot, repeating patterns that match your internal code, even when you say that you know better. So when I say brainwash yourself, what I mean is learn to overwrite the code that's been holding you hostage and still hold you hostage to this day. Because a lot of us have been brainwashed to survive. Now it's time to brainwash yourself to thrive. So instead of survive, we want to thrive. So let me actually break down the science of reprogramming and why and how it works and how you can use it in your life. So here's the science behind the magic. Your subconscious doesn't think, it obeys. It doesn't reason, it reacts. It takes every command that you repeat as the gospel, as truth. That's why affirmations, gratitude, visualization, and repetition works. They bypass your conscious mind, the overthinking part, and feed instructions directly to your subconscious. But here's why most people go so wrong. They just dabble with it. They do one affirmation video or a couple of programmings and then call it a day. That's like trying to rewire your brain by writing one post-it note and putting it on your fridge. You need immersion. You need repetition, emotion, and belief, all firing together. So think of your brain like clay. Every thought, every word, every repeated emotion starts to shape it. And you're either shaping it consciously or it gets shaped for you by the world. And the world's programming is toxic. Let's face it. Let's call a spade a spade. It's toxic. Fear, scarcity, comparison, victimhood. So if you don't actively brainwash yourself for wealth, health, and peace, you'll stay unconsciously brainwashed for mediocrity. That's why most people never change. Not because they can't, but because they won't or they don't know how to reprogram. So here's exactly how you can start to brainwash yourself for wealth, health, and abundance and make it automatic so you're not fighting yourself. So let's get practical. Here's how to actually do it, how I've done it and how I do it with my clients. Step number 1, choose your new identity, because you can't upgrade what you don't define. So ask yourself, who is the next level version of you? What does he look like? How does he speak? Move? How does he think? How does he earn? How does he spend his money? Does he invest it? Does he train? You don't try to become him with willpower. You decide to be him now, in this moment, in the next moment, tomorrow, and the day after. So write this sentence down and repeat it daily. I'm the type of man who lives in alignment, mentally, physically, and financially, because you know that everything I do is about aligning the 3 M's. That's mindset, movement, and money. Because your brain doesn't argue. it adapts. So when you act in line with that identity, your subconscious starts to lock it in day after day, and then the results for that belief start to come into your reality. Step number 2, rewrite your internal dialogue, because your subconscious listens 24/7. So stop feeding it poison, because every time you say, I can't, your brain goes to proving you right. Every time you say, I always win no matter what, and I always find a way to win, it looks for evidence and ways to win. So start catching your thoughts that keep you small, that keep you sad, that keep you wanting and needing more. Interrupt them and replace them. Instead of, I can't afford this, say, how can I create the income for this? Instead of saying, I'm tired, I can't be bothered, say, I'm recharging for the next level. I'm going to find ways to get energy. I'm going to energize myself, because the words you use today become the world that you live in tomorrow. Let me say that again. The words you use today become the world that you live in tomorrow. So step number 3, repetition with emotion. You can't just whisper new beliefs. You have to feel them with every part of your body and your mind. The subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion and repetition. That's why I've recorded my affirmations over binaural beats, because emotion plus repetition plus state plus consistency equals reprogramming. So every night before I sleep, I feed my brain the identity I'm building. Money, peace, amazing experiences, action taking, self-love, not hype, but conditioning. The same way you got programmed in childhood, you can reprogram yourself in adulthood. It just takes consistency and it takes energy. Consistency and energy. Step number 4 is anchor it physically. This is where so many people miss the point, or it falls down short, because your body is the bridge between your mind and between reality. So if you affirm, I'm disciplined, whilst you're living like a slob, while you're living like a scrubber, like a tramp, your subconscious calls bullshit. You need congruence. Train hard, eat clean, wake up early, do hard things, make them sales calls. Anchor your identity into the physical world, into your reality, because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you reinforce the subconscious belief that you're a man of your word. You follow through when you say you're going to do something. And that's the real foundation of wealth, health, freedom, abundance, and all the ways of life we want to live. Step number 5, guard the gates of your mind. You can't reprogram your mind while being surrounded by poison and toxicity. Your environment is programming you all day, every day. Your social media feed, your friends, your routines, the music you listen to, the TV that you watch. If it doesn't make you stronger, it's weakening you. So start curating everything that you consume. Audit your inputs like your life depends on it, because it does. Your mind is the most valuable real estate you'll ever own. So treat it that way. But it can also be the most worthless, meaningless real estate you'll ever own. So here is the result of reprogramming your mind. You become truly unfuckwithable. So when you reprogram your subconscious, everything starts to change faster than you think as well. People think manifestation is magic or woo-woo, but it's not. It's math. You start attracting the level of opportunities and relationships that match your new identity, because you're no longer broadcasting scarcity. You're radiating certainty, and that energy doesn't lie. You'll start to notice small shifts first. The gym feels easier and more appealing. The junk food loses its pull. The negative people fade out and you don't want to be around them anyway. Clients and ideas and money start flowing easier. It's not about luck, it's about alignment. And then once your mindset, your movement and your money, the 3 M's, are in sync, you become a magnet. You stop forcing outcomes and you start receiving them. You stop hustling for approval and you start walking with purpose. You become unfuckwithable. That's the real meaning of wealth. Not by your bank balance, but by your frequency. And when your frequency rises, your bank balance rises with it. So here's the wake-up call that you need, the slap in the face. You've clicked on this video today and got this far, so I know you're feeling what I'm saying. Here's what you need to understand, brother. The world is brainwashing you every single day. You're either programming yourself or you're being programmed. There's no neutral. It's a fact. Every scroll, every thought, every conversation is shaping who you're becoming. So the question isn't, does this stuff work? The question is, who do you want to become? And are your habits programming that version of you? Because your subconscious does not care. It'll build whichever identity you choose to feed it. And most men feed it doubt, guilt, distraction. The elite and the winners of this world feed it discipline, gratitude, and certainty every single day. That's why the elite look like they're floating through life and everything's just happening effortlessly, because they've been brainwashing themselves for success, while everybody else is being brainwashed for survival and negativity and struggle. And that's the reality of what I'm talking about. That's exactly why I've created the alignment blueprint, to help high-performing men who are already doing okay, but start to master their subconscious reprogramming and finally build wealth, health, and abundance through alignment. You don't need luck, you don't need hustle, you need new programming. So click the link in the description, download it, it's free, it'll change your life. Start using the daily systems in there that's helped me and hundreds of other men start to rebuild from the chaos into clarity, mentally, physically, and financially, or in other words, mindset, movement, money. Because the truth is simple. If you don't brainwash yourself for abundance, you'll stay brainwashed for mediocrity. And the world is already being programmed by you. So it's time to rewrite the code. Download the alignment blueprint. It's free. It will change your life. It's changed my life and so many men before me. So click the link in the description, download it. Drop a comment on this video. Agree with something I've said today. Disagree with something I've said today. Drop a question, anything. I reply to every single comment. And I'll see you in the next video. But don't even bother clicking onto the next video if you don't take the time to go download the alignment blueprint. A free tool that's guaranteed to change your life if you use it. I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.